Sup, Devils? J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today are manually sent questions again, goddammit. There's two of them, but Yasin Abdullah, still not even 100% positive I'm pronouncing your name right, Bob Brock. You never officially answered me on that. So let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep going as is and looking like a fucking idiot or getting it right, whichever it is. He's got a bunch here. He's got 5 of them. And then I got one from another guy. So then we'll knock these out quickly, or as quickly as possible. And then we'll go to the next video line. So anyways, he's the guy too. Roots! Bloody Roots! He always puts it on there, which is pretty fucking funny. Here are some more questions for your nice Christian channel. 1. I am a couple years older than you. Are you? And remember seeing ads for Wild Rags Records in a bunch of zines growing up. The ads featured the bands Arcane, Hex, Hellwitch, and Nuclear Death's Bride of Insect. As a 12-year-old kid, I was always so fascinated with Nuclear Death, mainly because of the sick artwork in those ads. When I finally got the Carrion for Worm and For Our Dead albums on cassette, I thought it was just garbage noise, but I still liked the image and fucked up lyrics. They were always a cult underground band to me. Can you show your Nuclear Death box set? You know what's funny is the way you say that is like Nuclear Death box set. Yeah, I had that. That's actually something I kind of got rid of semi-recently. Traded it for something else. Because I'm like, I kind of wanted to own it, but I'm like, I don't know how often I'll ever listen to this. Because Nuclear Death, and I talked about them in an earlier video, is I thought like Lori's vocals were cool and that they had a really they were definitely unique and original. But again, I just kind of put them in the camp with like Blasphemy, Von, Voivod, just bands that like they're classic, original acts. Definitely part of the real goddamn metal scene, not the poser ass fucking shit that we know, the trendies. Definitely not in that. It just didn't do anything for me, as opposed to like, because what I'm getting a little bit more picky on what I keep and shit like that, because my collection is, in case you haven't noticed, is fucking massive and it wraps all the way around. This isn't everything you see. This is like what you see in this image is like an eighth of it. You know, an eighth or a quarter. Yeah, especially if you're counting 7 inches, probably an eighth. So it's like, am I going to listen to this before? And I have some stuff like that I haven't listened to in years because I haven't gotten around to it. So it's like for something that I'm like, doesn't really move me or do much for me. Do I really need to have it? But part of me too is like, I don't know, it's kind of like a original, cool, unique band. Do I want to commemorate it and fucking just kind of archive it in a sense? There's that part of me, but I'm like, I mean, I don't know. And but it was a nice release, the fucking box set. And what I liked, was the demos. Well, like the stuff that was the good shit was by them was the demos, even though it did nothing for me personally. The demos and what were they did 2 albums, but they had what was the Planet Correxial or whatever. I learned about these when they Floga Records reissued. There's another one too, a third and a fourth record. I was like, what the fuck are these? It doesn't even have doesn't even look like the same band. Doesn't have the same logo. Nothing. I only listened to one of them. I'm like, holy fuck, this is fucking awful. I'm like, no wonder I never goddamn heard of these. So the classic shit that that everyone knows, Bride of Carrion, Worm of Insect, and all that shit. If somebody told me that's their favorite shit of all time, I'm like, oh, okay, I can understand it. But for me, it just didn't do goddamn much for me. That's why when somebody says, I said, there's no bands you have to like. If somebody says, fucking, I don't know, goddamn, Listen to Sadistic Intent did nothing for me. That doesn't make somebody a poser. People say certain bands make you a poser. What makes you a fucking poser is when you're walking around talking like you're in underground goddamn music and you haven't heard of certain shit. Where it's like, dude, the reason that I'm saying you're a poser is like, there's no way you're following this scene and there's certain shit you have not heard of. It's physically impossible. Like there's a lot of stuff I don't own or I'm not a fan of, but I know what the fuck it is. It's in the underground. It's just like, what are you talking about? How do you not know what that is? And I'm not talking about some band, because they started 2 years ago. You don't know what it is, J-Dog? No, I don't. But a band that's been around since '89, that's kind of a household name, and you don't know what that is, you're kind of a fucking poser, or at the very least, you're not, maybe not a poser, you're not into underground music, is what I'm saying. And I'd say, I'd put Nuclear Death as one of those bands. If you claim you listen to underground music, or never heard of them, again, don't have to be the biggest fan, don't have to be a fan, don't have to own anything, but clueless, deer in headlights, dick in the mouth. Don't even know what it is. You don't listen to underground music. Because if you did, you would have stumbled across them, just like Yasin said in the zines and shit. You just kind of stumbled. It wasn't like he was actively looking for him. You just came across him accidentally. Or back in the day when we would search through distro bins and going to the actual stores like Extreme Music, Shattered, etc., and you were flipping through records, CDs, looking through at the fucking distro bins at shows, like whether it been Ohio Death Fest or whatever, whether it been whoever selling, Baxter selling shit, Rich Lipscomb, whoever, Forever Underground, whoever the fuck was selling shit, you know what I mean? Um, you would have saw the names, you saw the titles. That's how someone burned yours. Oh, I've never seen that. I saw the cover or whatever. Yeah, I was meaning to check it out, or I was thinking about checking it out. Oh, was that you just talking about? Like you would just know. That's what I'm getting. So like when I bring this show on the channel, what do you mean, Shane? It's just like, dude, come on, dude. Like, how out of the fucking loop or just flat out stupid are you? Like, this shit should, it's just common sense. Like, anybody that's been in the underground, like, I guarantee Yasin knows, he's like, yeah, I've always known this. Like, it's just total common sense. Anyways, question number fucking 2 from 2. In terms of HHR releases for 2022, I really enjoyed Druid Lord, Church of Disgust, and Shed the Skin. Of course, Nunslaughters and Acid Witch were also killer. Which original HHR releases, not reissues, sold the best / worst? Which ones do you think were overlooked? I definitely don't want to go with worst, and to be completely honest with you, who would be the worst of 2022? I actually don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look at the stats, but I don't like to put the worst under there because get some fucking pink panties up, and I'm not. Some of these guys you fucking never know. Me personally, I wouldn't give a shit if I was in a band, and I'm sure there's some that don't give a shit either. But there's some sensitive ass fucking snowflakes out there. Let me just fucking say that. Even in the metal scene, goddammit, which still blows my fucking mind. But whatever. That's a whole other goddamn conversation. The best for 2022 on HHR. Well, so for sure, I mean, definitely the Acid Witch. For that probably would be number 1. But they would only the CDs come out so far. So waiting for that goddamn vinyl, which I do want a vinyl for myself. I liked it. I personally liked the new Acid Witch, honestly, quite a bit. I really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I didn't like it as much as Stone, but I thoroughly fucking enjoyed it. So if you haven't heard that, go check it out. I really liked it. The CD sold extremely well. I mean, still to this, I mean, I think even now at this point, I think it sells literally every single day. We sell at least one every single day as currently still. But that's a vinyl band. What I mean by that, it's a band that sells very, very well on vinyl. So when that comes out, and it will be this year, it's at press. Should be no later than fucking October at the very fucking latest. We actually just had a meeting. Someone talked about it. It might even be before that. So hopefully, looking forward to that. God damn it. So and if there's I forget the limitations. I think there's a few colors or whatever. I told him to do 100 picture discs. That was the J Dog memo that was put in the goddamn suggestion box. I'm sure that got pissed all over. It's either a no picture disc, or it'll be like 300 picture discs or 500 pictures. I said 100. Goddamn it! I like it, and I'm just saying if they actually did that, and when you see pre-orders, you might want to pre-order that one because I would not be the least bit surprised if they all sell in pre-order. Not saying it will, so don't hold you. J Dog, it's out now. It didn't fucking sell out. I'm not wasting my time. Hey, I'm just giving you a fucking friendly heads up. I'm just saying it. I would not be surprised if it does. So I'd say Acid Witch. Second, would it be Nunslaughter? Probably. I'm trying to think who else came out in 2022. I'm trying to remember. Again, all this shit blurs together. When I say 2022, I'm trying to single out just that year. What came out that year and was Hell's? It wasn't from some other label. We got a shitload in. It all blurs together because like we might get another label stuff. We got 500 copies, and it's like, yeah, we didn't put it out. We just got a shit. You know what I mean? It's in big bulk. It's just the same to me. And all the years blur together. Like back in 2020, people say, I'm like, literally 2020 for me feels like, I'm not even exaggerating, like it was last Saturday. I'm like, what are you talking about back in 2020? This shit all blurs together. Time fucking flies for the goddamn dog. Flies. And that's because I'm constantly always busy. And that's why I don't stress about what's going on in the world and dumb shit. I don't have time to. I literally don't have time to. And I think I've kind of learned that personality trait about myself semi-recently. Doing the math, I'm like, I can't be that different than all these fucking pussies worrying about shit, and I know plenty of them. God damn, just bitching about whining about what's going on and shit, whining and crying. I gotta listen to it. It's so goddamn fucking annoying. I try to tune it out as best I can, but sometimes it's a little. You got to be professional in certain instances. But I concluded, why don't I care about this shit and other people do? I'm like, am I just that much different? I think a huge part is it's not I'm that much different. It's just my brain is so busy because I have so much going on, whether between going to business, personal life, the gym, everything's so regimented and squeezed into the minute that I literally don't have time to care about some shit unless it's a fucking emergency. Like my life is literally at jeopardy that day. I don't have time to care. I just flat out don't. So it could be that if I had all the time in the world and didn't have a job, just sitting on the goddamn couch, and or even just working a 9 to 5. To me, if you're just working a 9 to 5, you have kind of a lot of excess time. Because what do you do in the evenings and shit? You just you got time to stress out about stupid shit. So I think it's not because I'm that special. I just don't have time to fucking care about it. So, but anyways, I think it's if off the top of my head, like I said, all this shit blurring together. I would Acid Witch number 1, and I think Nunstar would be number 2 as far as sales. Who sold the best? Worst, I don't even know, but I wouldn't want to throw one of the best because, like I said, people get their pussy all up in a knot. 3 for early '90s death thrash. You mentioned Tortured Existence and Swallowed in Black. I didn't mention Swallowed in Black. Swallowed in Black. I remember. I got to go back and listen to it. I remember. I love the first Sadist. Illusions, Chemical Exposure, whatever you want to call it. Swallowed in Black. I remember being tame as fuck in comparison. I also think about Beneath the Remains and Ten Commandments as well. Yeah, I guess 10 Commandments. We'll get to that next. Let me finish off this goddamn question. All 4 of those are 10 out of 10 for me. But what about Exhorder Slaughter in the Vatican? I always loved that album as a kid and still have my original cassette and just purchased the vinyl issue. Did you listen to Souls this much? He's got like 5 questions in one. Let me try to get to it. It's funny, we can kind of discuss that. It's like I always just put Malevolent Creation as a death metal band because that's kind of what they're known as. But 10 Commandments, really, yeah, it's very similar. You mentioned Demolition Hammer. It's like that. It's like more like death thrash. And yeah, I would say that's definitely. I love that fucking record. I'm a huge Malevolent Creation fan in general. I mean, obviously, they're one of the few bands that I like every single record by. My least favorite ones are the ones with like Jason singing on Eternal and in Cold Blood, but I do like them. Everything with Hoffman is fucking killer. The one with Kyle singing on it, I think he sings on 2, but the Will to Kill for sure. That album's fucking great. That was right after Envenomed. Will to Kill. That's the only time I've seen. Well, no, with the exception of just last year or whatever. That was the only time I've seen Malevolent Creation. Never got to see him with Brett Hoffman. That's one of my regrets. Granted, not kind of my fault. I don't think they never came through Cleveland, to my knowledge, with Brett Hoffman. That I knew about, so I never seen them, and so it's like maybe I missed them, maybe I didn't, or maybe it just didn't come through. So, but the Will to Kill, that was probably what was that? 2003, maybe 2004. I remember. I think it was between age 18, age 20. So 2003, between 03 and 05. I saw him on that tour as Kyle Simmons. Is that his fucking name? From Hate. He was the singer of Hate Plow, and also Sickness was his first band. That fucking shit is great. That album's fucking great too. But yeah, just as a death thrash album, 10 Commandments. Yeah. And dude, that's the thing. Remember we were reviewing that crappy ass fucking new Metallica? Dude, something like that's what kind of kills me. Fucking chaps my ass, makes my ball sack fucking itch. This is all these trendy ass, poser ass, fucking radio friendly fucking canoes in the fucking world out there that just, yeah, they're excited for the new Metallica or the last 5 Metallicas or 10 Metallicas, where the fuck it's been. Just shit like that. Pantera, Linkin Park, System of a Down. They're into stuff like that. It's not too outlandish for them to, if they like kind of music like that, to like Malevolent Creation 10 Commandments. Because it's not uber extreme. Like, I get it why everyone doesn't like Reek of Putrefaction. I get it why everybody doesn't like Human Waste. Why everyone doesn't like Mortician. You know, the real heavy shit that's, the vocals they're going to be, low, brutal vocals that are indistinguishable. Some people don't like that. To turn out Devourant, Molesting the Captain. I'm like, why does everyone not like this? I understand that. That makes sense to me. Even someone like Abhorrence. I don't know, it's too fast. The songs blur together. I can get that. But something like 10 Commandments, if you like metal music, I like metal, bro. How do you fucking not like that? It kind of just hits all boxes. And again, it's something to where you can understand the vocals, especially if you goddamn read the lyrics. It's not too fast, not too slow, not too down tuned. I'm not saying it's a pussy record, but anyway, it's a solid metal masterpiece, is what it is. But if they were truly passionate about metal music, like the Pantera guys I'm talking about now, the Pantera, the Linkin Park, all them fucking canoe ass motherfuckers that think they listen to metal, Tool, which I don't even give me a fucking break. I mean, Ten Commandments destroys weak ass, pansy ass, fucking pussy ass, fucking Tool. But those guys, why don't you like something like Beloved Creation, Ten Commandments? Here's the deal: they don't even know about it. Let's call it like it is. Everybody in the underground that knows this, they don't look at Beloved Creation like that's an underground band. It's kind of like no, they're kind of one of the upper tier, like. That's 100%. If you claim you listen to underground music, you never heard of Beloved Creation. Just sign off now. Get fucked, get lost, brah, brah. There's no goddamn way you're underground music if you don't know what the fuck that is, because as far as I'm concerned, Beloved Creation, they're teeter-tottering. They're teeter-tottering between underground and not mainstream, but the big boys in the death metal scene, the big boys in the metal scene. So they're not hard to get come by is what I'm getting at. And these fucking canoe-ass douchebags claim to be music fans, and they have zero fucking clue of what that is. Zero clue. They're listening to Vulgar Display Power. Fuck yeah, man. Heaviest shit ever. Slipknot, man. Fuck yeah. And that's where they begin and end. That's why it's fucking annoying. That's why. And it's not because they like something I don't. I could give two flying fucks about that. It means nothing. You're absolutely allowed to. It's just the pure stupidity. And it just screams to me, dude, there's no way you're a music fan. There's just no way because you have zero ambition to not even go as far as even hear the Beloved Creation. You didn't make it that far. Doesn't even make any goddamn fucking sense. Minimally, they should like that record. If they don't like Retribution, Stillborn, Fine Art of Murder, all those blast songs sound the same, which they don't. But I mean, like, I could at least wrap my head around that if somebody was to say some shit like that. They don't though. Fuck, most of these bozos don't even know about the Overkills and shit. They blows my goddamn mind. What the fuck else do you say? We gotta get moving along here. God, we ain't making the next goddamn video. Yasin always takes up Exhorters Slaughter the Vatican. Yeah, that was a pretty good album. I haven't listened to that years. It was one that it was never in my top, but needs a revisit. Just like when I was talking about that Epidemic, when what's her face asked me, Heather, I think it was, or was it Jesse, or I think it was Heather. It's another one I need to pull out and fucking go re-listen to it. I wouldn't say it's forgotten metal, but it's holy shit, I haven't heard that in a long fucking time. Number 4, goddammit. I think I cleared his 10 questions and put number 3. It's like 5 and 1. What the fuck? So it's way more than 5 questions in here. Number 4. How much input do the artists signed to your label have with the finished product? I imagine that they have to approve the layouts, but what if they just want their release on Poser Black, no color vinyl, or what if they don't want picture disc or gatefolds, for example? Do you guys care at all? How does that work? Oh yeah, they totally get a say, and for the most part, that's kind of how it works. I mean, usually we lay it out on our side. Sometimes the band lays it out, and Eric or so may tweak it or just give his, hey, let's change this or whatever. This looks like shit, or sure he says it a little nicer than that, but but yeah, if they're like, I want strictly only black vinyl, and as a matter of fact, I think somebody has done that. I guarantee somebody has at least done that. As a matter of fact, I think maybe Cultist as Ghouls did that on the Sinister album when we did only black. I think we was Chase in contact with them. I think they did do that. So yeah, we're not going to be like, fuck you. We're pressing what we want to press. No, it's what the band wants. Now, if they're asking for something outlandishly stupid, we might nicely nudge like our opinion. Like, hey man, I mean, we should do this because X, Y, and Z. Like it's kind of a no-brainer. It's kind of what the underground's going to expect. But no, they totally get a say. Yeah, we don't just call the shots and say get fucked. It's definitely not how it works. 5. Morpheus Descends. Ritual of Infinity hasn't been repressed on vinyl since 2015, and it is a classic. Do you like that album? Yes, I do, but it's also kind of with Morpheus Descends. I mean, the Exhorter, like you were saying. Do you like that album? And any chance HR would put that banger out? Probably not, because in my mind, it's funny you say that, because wasn't it Dark Descent that reissued that? Did he do the CD? There's a CD and LP that came out. To me, it just seems like kind of yesterday it came out. They came in. I was like, oh, sweet, when I saw that came out. Morpheus Descends is a band I'm not like, I wouldn't be able to air guitar at all, but to me, it was just kind of like, if you like Suffocation, check them out. That's the description. I liked them. I thought that they were, I definitely enjoyed them, but I can't say I know it. Like, I don't know it like I know Human Waste. But it's good 90s brutal death metal shit. You know what I mean? That's not brutal death metal, Gene. Whatever the fuck you want to label it. That's what I fucking labeled it, goddamn. It was considered more brutal death metal than goddamn Ten Commandments was. That's the way I goddamn saw it. To me, it seemed like it kind of came out yesterday, and we got them in 2015. I'm not going to say it didn't sell. It did, but it didn't fly out the door either. Like we got like maybe 20 in, and it probably took like 6 months to sell the 20. So to me, the supply and demand, you probably want to justify it. And to me, I'm not like excited to see it come out. So I have it, so I don't really fucking. I have mine, so from a personal aspect, it doesn't really matter to me. So I'm not going to say impossible, and especially in the year 2030, and if they came to us, Morpheus Descent says, hey, reissue our shit. I wouldn't tell them to jump in a lake. Let's just say that. And that was it from He just he puts it there. No posers. Got that right, brah. Then now we got one last video. This will be the last one. God damn. From James Shanks. Question for a video. He put this on an order. Question for a video. What, in your opinion, are the 10 greatest but also most original brutal death metal albums of all time? Fuck me dead. I should have pre-read that. Just copied and pasted. I saw question marks. Should have proofed that one. Goddamn. 10 greatest but most original brutal death metal albums of all time. I'm gonna so it's got to be original at the time that it came out. I'm gonna put it in there as much as it's kind of annoying because that fan base annoys Devourment, Less Than Decapitated. The reason why I liked that record is when it came out, I was like, nobody did sound like that. Now, yeah, they've done records since, and tons of other bands have tried to replicate that and have. So it's not, you listen now, oh man, you can put it, oh man, I've heard this gurgling bullshit a million fucking times. Not at the time you did it. Let's not get too picky either because I didn't proof this. Let's put something like if it's Death Grind or whatever. Fuck the goddamn rules. We'll just go with brutal shit. Goddamn it. Last Days Humanity, first album for sure. I when I first heard that, kind of both to be honest with you, the first two. So maybe that's a 2-for-1 combo there. Maybe that's 3 picks there because they both were like that, but especially the first one. Going, what the fuck? In a good one, I was like, this is great. Linkin Park Extreme. Get fucking fucked, brah. It's fucking unbelievable. Same time, literally, when I'm in high school, I'm listening to Last Days. They got some bozo talking about Tool and Linkin Park. Whatever. That's all I'm fucking saying. Brutal shit, original. Did he say 2002 or what did he say? Did he give a year? 10 greatest, but also most original brutal death metal albums of all time. I mean, would Human Waste kind of count? Suffocation, Human Waste. I'm going on record as saying it is hands down, easily the best Suffocation release. It's not even a competition. Don't worry, I do love Effigies Forgotten. It's phenomenal. I love it. But it's Human Waste is by far the best. That was original as fuck when it came out, and I honestly I consider that a brutal death metal album. How is it not? I'm sure whatever. I welcome the bozos put in there. It's not good. Okay, fine, but I'm going with that one, and I'm gonna pinch too. Goddamn it! But I honestly kind of that. Because yeah, who the fuck? Well, I think Human Waste was 1991, I believe. Was it 90 or 91? I think it was 91. What other album prior to that sounded like that and was that goddamn brutal and that fucking great? And just that was great. I can listen to that banger every goddamn day. Who the fuck else we got? Goddamn it! Yes, I'm thinking like the Disgorges and shit. I don't know if that was original though by the time it came out. I mean, you could kind of toss Disgorge Mexico in there. It had a little bit of originality. Granted, you could tell that they're throwing their Carcass clone. I didn't really think they sounded like Carcass, to be honest with you. Chronic Corporate Interest and shit. How does that sound like Carcass? I didn't think so. When I put on Hemorrhage, I'm like, oh, this sounds like Carcass. General Surgery, oh, this sounds like Carcass. Pharmacist, this sounds like Carcass. You know what I mean? Like that I get. Disgorge Mexico, I didn't really. So let's put Disgorge Mexico in there. I kind of consider that just more of a gore grind release, but brutal shit. You call it brutal death, gore grind, whatever. Fuck. Greatest of all time, brah. Top of the fucking list. Number 1. How the fuck did I overlook this? Should have been the first thing that popped in my mind. Mortician, goddammit. Let's go with Hacked Up for Barbecue. The first full length with a, let's say professional studio recording. But you can go with house or whatever. But since it's albums, bands, but literally when Mortician started, who the fuck sounded like Mortician? Especially when they got their niche. You can argue like when the Brutally Mutilated came out, the 7-inch, which was just the 1990 demo. No, 89 demo. Was it 89 demo? 89 or 99 demo. I think it was 89 demo because they had like a rehearsal, 89 rehearsal. The first goddamn Mortician demo. That's literally just what the Brutally Mutilated 7-inch is though. You can make an argument like, it's more, death metal of the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I personally don't think it's sound, but you can make the argument. But officially, when they had their sound with the drum machine and the intros, so either House by the Cemetery or Hacked from Barbecue, I purposely just put Hacked up in there because some people, their pussy ass ears won't be able to handle House. Might be a little too raw for them. But by Hacked Up, they definitely had their niche and their sound like established. Here's where we're at. It's a full goddamn length album. You can't make the fucking argument, well, House is an EP, etc., because there was always that argument, at least back in the relapse days when they were selling a CD. They called it a mini CD. How the fuck is this a mini CD? 30 minutes long, but yet fucking Slayer Rain of Blood's a full length. How doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. Whatever. I don't care either way. It's fucking all complete greatness. So it's like, all right, well, just the fucking, to get rid of that statement then, for talking full length, let's go with Hacked for Barbecue. To me, originality, brutal, greatness, that's number goddamn fucking one. I ain't got 10 for you, goddamn. We're at 26 fucking minutes. Comments, questions, concerns, you know what the fuck to do. Put the comments, box, get answer, bring in the morning. Later, goddamn it.